The Sound of Silence, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and America. We all know the classics from Simon and Garfunkel, but did you know that behind some of America's most iconic songs were two Jewish kids from Queens, and that their Jewish identity shaped their story in ways you might not expect? Paul Simon was born to Hungarian Jewish parents and grew up in the heavily Jewish neighborhood of Kew Gardens Hills. Art Garfunkel was also Jewish, singing in his synagogue choir. Both had bar mitzvahs. The two grew up just blocks apart and became childhood friends. Early on, their Jewish story found its way into their music. They initially performed as Tom and Jerry, reportedly because their real names sounded too Jewish for the music industry. Eventually, they reclaimed their names, and their music began carrying echoes of Jewish identity and history. On their 1968 album Bookends, Garfunkel recorded elderly people sharing memories of their lives, including residents of Jewish nursing homes, weaving their voices directly into the album. Their music also explored isolation, wandering, and the search for belonging, themes with deep resonance in Jewish history. In The Sound of Silence, Simon sings that the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, bringing the ancient Jewish tradition of the prophet into modern America. And years later, in Hearts and Bones, he makes the Jewish connection even more direct, singing about 1.5 wandering Jews, echoing the long history of Jewish exile and wandering. Then came Silent Eyes, the final track of the album, still crazy after all these years. Written by Paul Simon in the aftermath of the Yom Kippur War, the song portrays Jerusalem as a grieving witness and ends with humanity standing before God to testify to what was done. It has also been interpreted as carrying echoes of the Holocaust and the responsibility to remember. Years later, in 1983, Simon and Garfunkel reunited for 2 sold-out concerts in Israel, drawing tens of thousands of Israelis. In 2015 and 2025, Garfunkel also performed with one of Israel's biggest rock stars, Aviv Geffen. The Jewish nation loved every second. Today, we still listen to their music. We cross the bridge over troubled waters. We hear the sound of silence. But if you listen a little closer, you'll hear the Jewish story of Simon and Garfunkel.